Well, hello there. Welcome to this week's edition of the Halo stream. My name is Tyler Davis. You guys may know me online as Postums from the community team. Today I am joined by Sean and Dana from the publishing team. So let's go through and give ourselves some introductions.
I guess I'll go first. I'm Sean Cooper. I'm an engineer on the publishing team. I've been on here a couple times. Well, this is your first.
This is my first time where I'm actually hosting it. So I've been in your guys' seat a couple of times playing and trying to talk. So this time, get to take a break from that and actually just talk and not have to multitask as much.
Yeah, but yeah, so it's a little new for all of us. But yeah, I'm an engineer, and I try to make things happen. Try to fix your complaints about the bugs, and try to address new features for you guys to have fun.
I'm Dana Jerback. You may know me online as Duck. I designed the matchmaking playlist experience in MCC, all of our playlist updates, and also provide technical community support. So when Tyler comes, or when you guys come to Tyler with issues or bugs you experience in the game, I'm usually behind the scenes figuring out exactly what some of those are and making sure we're tracking those and getting them fixed and resolved for you guys.
Yeah, we also help out with writing a lot of the patch notes, so it's been an awesome experience. So I'm so really happy you guys are able to come down here and sit down and talk a little bit about the Yappening. So that got kicked off today, as you guys can see. These little guys decided to take over the game. Let's kick it off with talking a little bit about the playlist. So I know you guys have spent a lot of time working on a lot of different things in the game. And that included updating playlists today, which Yap decided to slip his own version in.
Yeah, so today we are debuting our Yappening playlist addition to the social games Match Composer and MCC. This is a new mix tag, so you can mix it into your search preferences. The tag is available in 4v4 and 8v8 with a variety of absurd, wacky custom games in both that leverage some new settings that Sean's added to Halo 2, which we'll talk about a little later. Yeah. We've also updated a suite of other settings across all titles in the collection today. We've focused today's update on 2v2 and 4v4 additions and modifications, lots of small game variant improvements to settings. We've globally lowered the time limit in Halo CE to 15 minutes for social games to get those matches ending a little quicker in certain cases. Lots of small quality of life improvements like that today.
To wrap back around to the Yappening playlist, so I know you said that there are a ton of wacky different ones. What was the personal favorite of yours of working with Yap to help bring to this game?
Let's see. Yap, he's an interesting guy to work with. He brought some fun ideas to the table. My personal favorite game type from the Yappening would have to be Brute Shoot, which is mode where it's played on elongation in Halo 2, which some of you may know is a very narrow corridor-based map, and you use brute shots with bottomless clips and absurd physics impulses, and you kind of ricochet them down those corridors, and you launch all the crates that come through on the conveyors, and the crates just fly around with low gravity and like outrageous physics, and just splatter people and just take them out. That's
nice.
It's a lot of fun.
Well, do you guys want to kick it off? And so everybody who's watching today, we're going to be searching first in the Yappening and social games for the 4v4 playlist. If you guys match with us today, later on, I believe next week, I'll be going through and granting out the Ice Unicorn nameplates to people who are able to match with us. So, all right. Speaking of stuff that they can earn, we have nameplates that also came with this update. So I believe there were two of them. How can the people in game earn these ones?
Yeah, so if you guys can see, Sean and I each have a nameplate equipped right now. So the first one is sort of a pro Yap plate, which you unlock by assisting Yap by partaking in the Yappening
That's just horrible.
matches.
Why would you ever want to
Oh
support this person?
Yeah.
What the yap?
By so you unlock it by playing 7 matches in the happening in either 4v4 or 8v8.
That's good to know.
And you have to complete the matches. I hope I don't need to say this, but quitting will make you
Yeah.
ineligible.
Yeah, no, quitting's just a bad experience for everyone. So even Yap has standards on
Yeah.
how he gives out his nameplates.
So that's the Yap Yap the Destroyer nameplate, which is kind of a cool like YY plate with some bling on it.
I still want to get the tattoo of it. it is so cool. So Jeremy Cook, our old art director, ended up coining that for when the happening happened in the first Halo Wars, and it's a really cool looking piece of art. So and then the other one is for going against Yap Yap.
Yeah. So the other one is for sort of putting down Yap Yap's grunt rebellion.
Yes.
By headshotting grunts in campaigns and Spartan Ops across all of MCC. So you can unlock that in any campaign or in Spartan Ops in Halo 4. You do have to be playing on Heroic or higher.
Okay.
I would recommend turning the Grunt Birthday Party skull on.
Just makes the whole experience. I mean, if you don't play the campaign without that on, it's not as joyful watching their heads pop and explode into confetti.
Yeah.
It makes me happy every time I see grunts just fall to the ground. Stay silent.
It's a fun one. Yeah, those and the new menu background are some really cool art and assets we got from Jeremy.
So the one other thing that I heard that came into this update was that we have a ton of new campaign skulls. So I know you mentioned a little bit earlier that some of those skulls are they're in these game types. Some of these game types, correct? So we have a lot of the physics there. But I believe it was you, Scoops, who helped do a lot of the work of bringing campaign skulls specifically into Halo 2's multiplayer.
Yeah, so the background on that is actually, I think it was somebody from the franchise team came to us and was asking for Rooster Teeth if there's a way to turn off the HUD, like basically have blind in multiplayer. And I was like, I don't think we have that, at least not in a retail environment. And so I started prototyping something like just an option to turn on essentially what is blind. But then I started to realize we could do so much more with this. We could, add more than just blind.
So you just went and just grabbed a ton of different ones and threw them all in?
Yeah,
That's awesome.
What launched today is a subset of what I was trying to work with. I was trying to do a few more, but not all of them were working as expected in multiplayer environments. Like the Scarab gun, or like you turn on Scarab and it gives you all guns have the projectile of a Scarab, and
that would be an insane.
Yeah, it wasn't implemented in a way that works with the predictive model of.
I could just literally just see everybody just big bursts of green coming across the screen, flying at everyone. You would never be able to drive a vehicle.
Yeah,
ever.
It's pretty gnarly.
That'd be crazy.
But yeah, so this is a set of skulls that we were comfortable with launching with these changes, and it wasn't all me. Dana and have we already referred to them? The reserves.
Yeah, our local QA team, the reserves team.
Reserves
it's always a team effort. So I mean, I know we have so many different people on the team that are always helping with everything. So it's never just one individual. I mean, there's so much stuff that actually goes on behind the scenes with each of these different updates. So whether it's all the different disciplines that are focusing on helping to build the content, you have the individuals who are helping us to test the content and make sure that it's working as intended, and then you have all the other people who spread the content and help share out all the fun stuff that we're working on. So that's awesome. So those are in the custom games today. If you go over to waypoint.com and view our patch notes, we actually have a full list of all the skulls that have been added in that you can go into custom games. Is there any way we could get those? Waypoint bad talk. What did I say? I didn't say that? Oh, it's horrible. Yeah, somebody will be able to grab the patch notes and link them in the chat. That would be awesome. We also have new loading screens that have come in. So this is feedback I know that we've heard from all across the community, where users wanted to know what information in terms of what game type they were playing, in addition to what map they were playing, the timer limit for it, the weapon settings. What servers they were actually connecting to. So today's the first time where when you're actually connecting into matchmaking, you'll be able to see what server, what data center you're connecting to. So, and that's actually located in the bottom right when you're coming into a game. So, if you're an individual who's like, why am I always getting on West US? Well, you may not have always been connecting to West US, and now you're actually going to be able to see exactly what servers you're connecting to. So, and this is also in campaign. We have updated the loading screens there. We have on Waypoint the patch notes also show the descriptions. Talking is hard. It is really hard sometimes. Oh, it is. Pull it closer. Needs to be closer. between the yappening and a baby, the lack of sleep that has accrued in the past 24 hours. I need a yap.
A yappy nap.
Yes, a yappy nap. That would be good. That would be good.
But yeah, the loading screens show game tips as well.
Oh,
is
yes.
What
Yeah,
what you
that's
were going
right.
towards. So our players who are used to playing all of these titles and switching back and forth between 5 different Halo games all the time,
Yeah.
it may not have as much of an impact, but to new players coming in especially, so they can learn some of the ins and outs of things like equipment, Halo 3.
Well, that's awesome.
Or, just different tips and tricks
Wow.
in there. And then
So-
also just exposing, just with all of the sheer volume of game variants and map variants we have in matchmaking is like, depending on what you search in social, you could be matching onto a million different things. So being able to see on the loading screen exactly what game variant, what map variant, the description, the score to win, all that is nice.
Yeah, no, I know. We reading on Reddit, on Twitter, on Waypoint for a while. We've been hearing it, so it's awesome to see that a lot of the feedback that's brought in from them that we work on and take back, and everybody sits down and talks about. It's awesome to see those things come to life. So one of those additional pieces also is that you guys updated the networking model. So like it's, from what I've seen, from the reactions that I've seen from people, is that it's playing immensely smoother. And shot registration, everything seems to be feeling a lot better. People are really, really excited about this. Do you guys want to talk a little bit about what's been updated and specifically where?
Yeah. So, sorry, we're playing ball grab. So
It's a little hectic.
it's a little hectic, but
That's a little understatement.
yeah. Yeah. So we've updated the networking in Halo 2 and later, and we can talk about why it affects the titles it does a little later. But everything past Halo 2 to basically raise the tick rate that our servers and clients are sending information at to be 60 hertz. So these games all run at a frame rate of 60 hertz now, or 60 frames per second. But we've updated so that we're sending data more frequently and have a larger cap on the size of each packet.
Okay, so does that mean, what that means is that players now, when they're playing, it's just sending more information back and forth between the server more frequently, or how is it?
So when basically each client has data that they need to send up to the server, and the server simulates that data and sends it back. What can happen is you get these gaps between packets where you go a couple of ticks without receiving data on a certain thing. Maybe there's some packet loss, and you don't get, the server doesn't receive updates on the position of a client's biped or their player character quickly enough. And in those gaps, the server has to predict where that player is, what they're doing,
Okay.
based on what they were doing in the most recent packets that it received. So basically, by upgrading the tick rate, we're going to be relying less on prediction and just be better synced between the server and clients.
Yeah, you just have better information coming more frequently, constantly, so it
Yeah.
doesn't have to go into that predictive method. So that's awesome.
Yeah, and it's not going to fix a case of if you have a poor connection. It's not going to magically turn it into a good connection. But
We still have to use the internet.
yeah, we're still limited by plenty of factors, but this should definitely improve that experience quite a bit.
So
and
this is across matchmaking, customs, both peer-to-peer and dedicated server
yes.
models. That's awesome.
Yeah, so this should improve the experience throughout all of that. The reason why, if we want to talk about why we're not coming to CE with this change right
yes.
now, CE's networking model is completely different from the other titles. Basically, Halo 2 and later are using a similar model. So bringing this change to all of those titles required that work could be done and then kind of ported across these titles as one. CE is a different model and would require totally different work to implement similar change there. And there are some other restrictions as well with CE, what with it being a 20-year-old
Yeah.
game. So.
It's fun times. So, well, that's the big.
Do you want to switch over to?
What time is it? We could hop over to some 8v8, see if we could get a handful more people into the games, and we can take a look at chat. So, as a reminder, when you see us looking down, that's because we're actually reading all of your guys' comments. So I'm going to be going through and kind of opening it up to see what questions you guys have. So whether it's about just us in general, the game, what Yap Yap's daily activities look like, because I assume you guys know it very, very well by now. Let's go ahead and see what is coming in from there. I have lots of time. That's good. That is good. Invite me. We're going to be searching and matchmaking, so unfortunately we will not be inviting people today. This 8v8 is going to be nuts. It is going to be absolutely crazy. Legendary 117. What do we got? What are responsible to?
I can't hear people again.
Hi, Dragonface. It's gonna be Yap. Yes, it is, Duststorm. Did anything... So, from Pixel Flare, we have the question of, did anything funny happen when trying to test the skull modifiers in-game? Sounds like it was a fun challenge to mess about with. So what is some of the craziest stuff you guys encountered when you were bringing some of the new skulls into custom games?
So, I guess I'll start, and then you can follow up, Dana. Sorry, I can hear somebody in the game chat. So, one of the skulls, the Black Eye? No, Streaking. That one, your shield goes down over time, and then you, if you don't kill somebody, your shield you stay shieldless.
Okay, so it actually turns into ultimate SWAT.
Yeah, and testing that, the way it was set up, it wasn't set up for a predictive model where you have like it's a multiplayer versus like a synchronous model where everybody's running the same information, like a campaign or SPOPs. So clients, when they were playing in a match like that, they were hearing some the sound?
Yeah, the shield sound effect for as your shield's depleted was just
just over and
spammed.
just over and over and over. How many headphones did you guys go through while you were testing that? Just blown out speakers.
I was always host, so I didn't see.
You didn't have to do
worked on my machine.
Yes, host advantage. Host advantage confirmed. Oh man, that's crazy. What about? Did you guys? I remember you were talking about having to take some of the maps out because people like the physics in some of these are just absolutely insane.
Yeah, we had to be a little careful on just for the actual matchmaking modes. We had to be a little careful about which maps we allowed in. Halo 2's map containment was not intended for 25% gravity and feather. So, yeah, big surprise there, right? So it's very easy to escape some of the maps using some of these skulls and new custom game settings. So we had to be a little careful with that. There were also, like, I don't know, there were a bunch of stories from testing these. Like you touched on the scarab skull a little bit earlier.
Oh, dear.
Steve. But
Oh dear.
yeah, that was an interesting one. I think my favorite from testing the actual matchmaking game types was the original Methane Mosh Pit.
Oh yeah.
So
I got to play that this morning. That was when I
you got to play the good version. The prototype. Not
so much.
Yeah. So the new Methane Mosh Pit, for people who haven't played it yet, because we haven't played it on the stream yet. Wow. I got splattered. Sorry.
Way to go.
So the new version is it's a single hill, and you play it on Lockout and Ascension, and you have low gravity and bottomless clip needlers, and your goal is kind of to super combine people with the needlers, and it doesn't kill them outright. But
they'll just fly
the
everywhere?
explosion just kind of launches them off the map to their death, which is fun. The original design for Methane Mosh Pit was it was grenades only. So you had no weapon,
dear Lord.
and you had
Infinite?
only infinite frag
Oh
grenades.
god. Oh,
And
why the?
that
No
first-
shields.
That first playtest, we still had the bug of
Elites couldn't throw grenades.
yeah, and I fixed that, and I switched to elites so I can make sure that things were on the up and up. And yeah, that turned out to be an older build.
Yep. Yeah. So Sean couldn't even throw grenades during our first playtest of that, and it was so the hill didn't just move, and we played it on Foundation, and it was just you just spawn and you just lob 2 grenades straight in the straight into the hill and just
everything.
oh yeah. So you instantly died.
It was so bad you just ended up loading onto another map.
So let's see, Grunt Funeral was also on. So you would explode when you died.
Mm-hmm.
So there'd be like a team hunkering down in the hill, and someone throws one frag in there, and it clips one person. It kills them. They explode, and it just like dominoes
chain
to
reactions to
everyone
every
in there.
single
And
person in
it
the
was so bad. Our test lead was like, I would rather quit. This
Yeah.
is terrible. This is so bad. We should force people who quit to play this.
Ah, there's an idea.
Yeah, instead of quit bans, we were going to just force people to play the original Methane Mosh Pit. So,
Just infinitely staying there.
yeah,
Not
so
in
that
infinite,
was
but infinitely.
that was a fun one. Not actually, it was not actually fun. But yeah, that was probably my favorite.
Oh. Viper's
moment.
saying Brute Shoot needs to be on the competitive circuit.
Brute Shoot is my personal favorite. I like it quite a lot.
All right, let's see what else.
Well, you touched on the gravity.
What's up, Ed?
We used to have it, I think, up down to 10% or maybe 15% gravity.
Oh,
like for player
yeah.
gravity, world gravity, vehicle gravity.
You
And
kind of jumped and never
Yeah.
came down.
it was pretty bad.
So what you're saying is super bouncing was back.
It was like super duper bouncing.
Super duper bouncing.
I think, yeah, the first build, Sean got that working in. I think I just sent him a video of us just kind of floating up out of the map, just like with Elton John Rocket Man.
Actually, that
That's fantastic.
that was tested before we had the 60 hertz update.
Yes.
I wonder how that would behave now with the 60 hertz update.
Oh yeah, I wonder if.
See, new ideas and new game types. Brought to you by the Yappity.
Yep, man. He's full of ideas.
All right, let's see what else. What else are people asking? Yapping 3 Yap Yap takes over the HCS. That
Oh,
would be, oh dear. Oh,
that would be incredible.
just right at South by Southwest. Just a complete Yapping tournament, like getting everything ready, and just all of a sudden he shows up.
Just play brute
That'd be
shoot
crazy
for the tournament.
I'll talk to Tashi. We'll see.
Yeah.
Make sure he does not do that. That would be crazy. What do we got? Can we sword cancel fly Oliver headlong now?
Yes.
Yes, you can.
Oh, jeez.
I didn't know that. I thought last I heard that we were only in what campaign? So what is?
Yeah, so sword flying I think is only enabled for campaign. I don't think that's.
Yeah, but the sword cancel, where you lunge and then immediately hit interact, and it cancels the lunge. You can do that, and if you do that with low gravity, you'll
Fly everywhere. Oh yeah, that's awesome. So kind of the same thing, except for I remember doing across the map, zooming in with rockets or with the sniper, doing the quick thing and just flying across the entire map. You're just standing there, mind your own business, walking around. All of a sudden, elite just comes out of left field. That was crazy. So not to mention back in the day when you could shoot trains out of shotguns. That was the scariest thing I ever saw in Halo 2. All right, what do we got? What are people talking about? That one works in campaign. Came out in the future. I like those to be too. People want to know what you're searching for. Oh, you want to know what we're searching for? We are searching in social games. So if you go to the social games menu, we are searching in 8v8 for Halo 2 using the Yappening. So if you go into the game defaults and select Yappening and then just change it over from 4v4 to 8v8, that is where we are searching right now.
We might have to swing back to 4v4 later to get more
Yeah.
of the some more of the modes.
More modes?
8v8 is just one mode, which has kind of a fun story. With Frankie a month or two ago tweeted something out about just a ridiculous idea for big team, low gravity, invisible SWAT vehicle fiesta. And it was just a complete joke. And then as we were working on the
It just
the
coincided.
stuff,
There's this.
Just the
Stars aligned.
everything-
Sean
everything
messages me one
aligned.
day. He links me the tweet. He's like, "I think we can do this." I was like, "We can."
So I have not yet played this. This sounds insane.
It is. It's pretty ridiculous. It's definitely a little hard to see people while they're invisible. But you do have the radar to lean on. And
Is it standard radar or is it the massive scale radar?
Standard. Halo
Standard?
2 does not currently allow
Oh, it doesn't. That's right.
larger radar range.
Maybe something for the future. Never know.
So kind of going back to like silly bugs and radar. During our first play test, we thought we broke something because
Oh, yeah.
the radar went away during which game time was that?
The War Games, which is the kind of super duper fiesta. Fiesta.
Doesn't it take one UI element off the screen like each time you spawn?
Yeah, so that's the malfunction skull, which if you've never spent any time in Halo 1 or Halo 2's campaign or with skulls, that every time you die, a random element of your HUD is going to be disabled. And that affects the entire box. So if you have local players, they're also going to have a random element of their HUD disabled.
Yeah, no, I was watching John snipe with it where he didn't have any reticle on his screen, and that man is god tier.
I gotta-
I can't do anything without a reticle on my screen. So.
I got a running riot.
You got a
this
running riot
morning
without the
with
reticle.
no reticle.
That's
it was
crazy.
It was my crowning achievement. It's all downhill from there. But yeah, somehow managed. But yeah, that was a funny call because people were like, "What is going
Right
on?"
back banning Duck for hacks. When will Halo see? It feels like the train is at 9,000 miles per hour over. I will say that Jeff was saying that the train speed in terminal need to be over 9,000 miles per hour. I have never not been hit by the train on that map. I swear.
Yeah. Well, now you can apply the same to the crates on elongation in Brood Shoot. They will also move it over 9,000 miles per hour. Crap. Yeah.
Oh, here's a good question. Will people? Oh, you're asking because of the reclaimers. So Omar was asking, will people who already have met the requirements be given the nameplates today or tomorrow? I can definitely go back upstairs and take a look and see if we can get those over to boys and the reclaimers.
Yeah, we can start looking at the nameplate grants. It is a manual process, just so everyone's aware. So meeting the criteria will not immediately net you the plates.
Yep.
We run the grants periodically.
Yeah, we'll be doing the query at some point later this month, as we get stuff squared away, and you guys have all gone through and had time to play, and either support Yap Yap or go against him,
or do both.
or why do that? Just go against him.
Well, I mean that's fair.
I mean, who likes grunts?
If you go against him, he might not.
Oh, that's bad luck, man.
That's I've had this bad luck for 2 years going, man. So I can't get rid of grunts. Like, they just keep doing stuff. I don't even know why I try. At the end of the day, he's going to do something no matter what I try. So smacking him does. My karma is so bad with grunts already. Anyways, it will never
Did you
matter.
feel a grunt after midnight?
I don't remember. Everything is just a blur. All right. So, what else? What other fun questions do you guys have that you want answered?
Finally got a kill, I think.
I haven't been getting many.
Thank you, Scorba. I agree that these guys are very awesome. So, thank you very much for the kind words. What other games? Oh, you mean besides the one we're playing on stream? I'm playing a little bit of Division 2 right now. I will say that. That on a few occasions already has contributed to the late night. So wake up with the baby, can't go back to sleep. Let's grind a little bit. What about you guys? What are you guys playing outside of work?
I've been playing a little bit of Crackdown with one cheap
Nice.
warrant officer, Andy, and then also been playing Destiny 2 on PC.
Nice.
Hit or miss. This connection issues.
That's unfortunate. What about you, buddy?
Yeah, I've been playing. I play a lot of MCC.
I do see you online on it.
Yeah,
What is
so part of updating the matchmaking playlist requires me to play it frequently and experience the same ups and downs that everyone else experiences, and come into work the next day and be like, wow, that could be better. But other than that, I recently reinstalled Star Wars KOTOR. Been playing that at home.
Nice. That series is so good.
Yeah.
KOTOR 1 or KOTOR 2?
1 right now. We'll move to 2. Tried installing it on Steam, and the resolution doesn't like modern resolutions very much.
Oh, is it scaling?
So I ended up switching to Xbox, but I've been playing that, and I played some Destiny as well.
That's awesome. All right. What about you, Liz? What about everybody? Shout out to #Team Liz for helping out on everything on the stream. So it was awesome coming here. She's a pro, absolute pro. What games have you been playing?
I haven't been playing much, honestly. So I've been watching a lot of games.
Yeah.
Can't remember when it came out.
Switching to 4v4.
Just busy.
Yeah.
No.
We're gonna switch back to 4v4.
You guys are going to go back to 4v4? All right. So for everyone that is out there watching and trying to match with these two gentlemen, we're switching over to social games for the Yappeting with 4v4. So if you're trying to match up with us, go ahead and we will start searching now.
There's more variety of game types in 4v4. So I think we've played so far. We've played Ball Grab and War Games, which is the Fiesta mode. Yeah, we've also got Methane Mosh Pit, which we touched on earlier.
It is so much
And
fun.
okay, this will be another Fiesta. Yeah, I think Ball Grab's a lot of fun. We didn't really talk about it while we were playing it earlier, but you can launch yourself with the rockets. You can launch the oddballs. You can kind of launch yourself around the arena, or launch your friends and enemies.
So it's like
it's rocket jumping,
okay.
and you
So
can.
it's like Rocket Race, but without the mongoose.
Uh,
Yes,
mongooses.
it will always be mongoose. To me, in my heart.
All right.
I mean, I think Yap Yap updated some code last night. So
I did see that on Twitter.
I don't
Although,
know.
as Scoops mentioned in my tweet, I declared and reassigned the variable.
In the same statement.
Yeah. Oops.
Hashtag not canon.
It's true.
Grimwood hurt me.
Yeah. So there's the rocket jumping in there, and you can actually wanted to be able to do this for a long time. You can actually get the midship floaty platform stuck. So
I
people have
remember
been
seeing
trying
that
to
on your
flip that
screen.
thing over for many years, and you can finally do it. Oh jeez.
Oh, Zed's here. Sorry.
What's up, buddy?
Oh,
So what do we got? Mongooses. I agree, Ed. I agree. Change launch. Oh yeah. That was the new loading screens. Was that our partners helped that out?
yeah.
So loading screens or splash screen?
The loading screens. I can't remember.
The loading screens were done by some of our partners.
Some of our partners.
The splash screen was done by Jeremy Cook. That
Yeah. Yeah, that was some of the last few awesome pieces that he put together for us. So he helped out on, I know, putting together a bunch of the art stuff last year as well.
Yeah. Oh, the winter background. And,
Yeah. No, it's
lots
absolutely
of
beautiful
stuff.
work. So, what else we got? Mon Ducks. Huh? Can we see?
Yeah.
That'd be interesting.
I think I actually
Would we have to redo the entire outside of them so it literally looks like you're in a rubber ducky?
I
going
think
around
we could do that, or just replace the horn with a.
Oh, that would be awesome. Oh man. So what new stuff have you missed? Well, if you are just tuning in, Pylord, Yap Yap, who is isolated on the Ark and has no physical being in this realm, somehow has gotten into our game with the help of individuals at the studio who shall not be named, and has updated MCC today with a crazy new playlist that incorporates a lot of different game types, which are outlined in our patch notes online, but they're playing today on stream. So also, with the update, a bunch of stuff such as, I can't remember, these words are hard. We have new nameplates, we have new skulls for customs, we have new loading screens, and we have an improved networking model that is brought to MCC today. So that are some of the details that you have missed.
Did we touch on so some changes to game variants not specific to Yap Yap? Like we added indestructible vehicles to Halo 2.
Oh, really?
Yeah, and so that I think was initially added in Halo 3.
Yes.
If I recall.
And we have a handful of bugs that are on the bug list that are a part of the patch notes. So those are definitely up on Waypoint if somebody wants to. Oh, you got it right there. Thank you, Sticker Boy. Thank you very much. Yeah, if you wanna check out the individual details of the bug fixes, all the different stuff, and complete breakdowns, there's actually a new piece. So Scoops, a bunch of times in some of the updates that we've done, has written his own piece, but today marks the first new initiative, which is DuckTales.
A woohoo. Yeah.
So
Yeah, the DuckTales this time we broke down the networking improvements, which we touched on a little bit here today. But there's much more in-depth breakdown in there.
yeah. So the one thing you've been on the show before, and you've talked a little bit about what your Halo background is. So is this your first time on the social stream?
Yeah.
It is?
Mhm.
Well, I think it behooves us not to talk a little bit about how long have you played Halo, and how long have you actually been a part of working on Halo?
Let's see. I started playing back. It was actually with Halo 2. I didn't play CE. I'd played CE a little bit, but not much prior to Halo 2. But I started getting really into it with 2, and then with 3, I really got into forging, got into the Forge community, and started making maps and stuff. And then later on became what we called the community cartographers.
Yeah, that was working with John from Community Team, wasn't it?
Yeah. Well, it was. It started pre John. So it started a long time ago. There were community cartographers since the Reach days.
Okay.
And yeah,
I did not know
helped basically helped recommend forge maps for matchmaking and get maps buttoned up, like work on player containment, performance, and like gameplay tweaks and improvements for maps to go into matchmaking. And then yeah, did some work on Halo 5 Forge. Got to come to the studio and work on that before it launched. And then yeah, started working at Microsoft like just over 3 years ago, and I've been working on the publishing team for the last 2.5. In some capacity, worked on.
Yeah, you and I worked on Halo Wars
Yeah.
together. So we did what, campaign? We worked on campaign together for
very
a
cool.
while. Did some little bit of MP stuff. And then how long ago did you come over fully to the pub team?
That was in November.
In November?
So that, like, math would tell us was, like
Sometime.
4
Math,
months
just
ago.
it's
A couple years ago.
Yeah, this.
so perfect.
In Yap Yap years.
In
Grunt
Yap
years?
Yap years.
Yeah, what are grunt years?
I
Are
don't
they shorter
know.
than our
I
years?
learned today that Balajo, so CIA actually told me that Balajo is the grunts' homeworld. So that
I
is my
knew
fun
that.
fact.
But I don't know how long is their
Time.
year?
That'd be interesting. Do they have a sun? Do they have
I would think
Sons?
they have. Yeah, maybe they've.
I don't know. I don't know anything about them.
Is Grim in this?
Grim. Where is Grim?
Yeah.
Is there a Grim light that we can shine in the sky?
All right. So for people who are just tuning in, we are playing matchmaking right now for social games for the Yappening. So, you guys are getting this is
Same mosh
this is
pit.
my favorite.
Yeah.
This is my favorite out of all of them.
This one's pretty fun.
So, what is it? It's low gravity.
Low gravity, bottomless clip needlers. So bottomless clip is another setting.
You can hold 2 of them. I
can.
found that
You
out.
can
It
dual
is
wield.
awesome.
Bottomless clip is another setting that Scoops has added to Halo 2.
Yeah, so kind of going back, so this all started, like, this could be attributed to, like, say, the blind skull ask. And during development, we had needs, like, being able to select no weapon for your starting weapon. And so they kind of, like, evolved, and then the bottomless clip came about because we wanted to do the brute shoots.
Mm-hmm.
A little more fast-paced, not having like reload. Is that what happened?
Yeah, we were playing Brute Shoot on elongation, and Yeah, well, it was fun, but we were like, wow, it'd just be more fun if you could just spam the brute shot more. So yeah, that
Just explosions everywhere.
Yeah.
No matter what you do, you can't escape it.
yeah, so that was added in kind of in response to that playtest, I think, and then yeah, the no weapons and grenades was added for the original. The original iteration of Methane Mosh Pit, which shall go unnamed, we already broke down why that was not a success earlier. So
Just horrible times.
yeah, did have a fun bug with that though. Scoops, remember with the elite unarmed grenade throw animation for a little bit we broke it so that elites
Oh,
while piloting vehicles would throw grenades. So you'd be like driving a ghost around and you'd like hold left trigger to boost, and your elite's just like throwing a grenade out of the driver's seat.
yeah.
I
So
want that.
to address the issue of elites not being able to, out of the box, throw grenades when they don't have a weapon, it requires a content fix, but we don't want to rebuild all of our content for Halo 2. It's a large update.
Yeah.
At least not right now. So I had to do a code fix for that, a code workaround. Dare I say hack?
I mean, at the end of the day, aren't we all just hackers? Kind of. Yeah.
But there was one case I wasn't looking for, and that kind of led to I can throw a grenade while I'm driving a ghost. Sure,
Yeah.
why not?
Yeah, that
I
was.
want that.
But at least it didn't crash.
No, it didn't crash. That's
Just
true.
driving by, just ward.
Yeah, it was pretty funny. And that's like one of the goals with this sort of thing is to make like additions to the classic experience. So all of these things that we added, like the skulls and the new settings, are purely additive.
Yeah.
So they don't. We definitely don't want to get in the way of the classic experience with any of that. So this is something that like it was kind of cool in a way, but it would have interrupted the classic experience because it would have affected everything. But yeah, that was funny. I came in on a Saturday working on finishing up the Yappity game variants, and I hopped in a ghost and was like, uh-oh.
This is not right.
Nope.
Well, it it happens. It happens. You know,
happens.
it's
Hellfire. You say you are waiting for this update. You don't actually have to wait. It is out right now.
Yeah.
So they're actually playing this update today. So if you boot up Master Chief Collection, it I believe is what, a 1.1 gigabyte update?
Yeah, I think
total?
1.08 gigabytes.
1.21 gigabytes.
Close enough.
Yeah.
Close enough. But yeah, no, you guys go online. You can download the update and join in on and see what is yappening. That was horrible segue into that pun. I'm trying too hard.
That's okay.
You are the master of puns, though. And
Yeah.
in our office, it's ridiculous.
Yeah, I think I almost made one of our test leads cry this morning. Or maybe not cry. He seemed like emotionally
Just in distress.
hurt by.
Just like,
yeah.
why?
Are you creating a
Why are we
hostile
doing
work
this?
environment?
Yeah, a little bit. No, not actually, but you know.
Methane Mosh Pit is the new Smash. It is pretty awesome. So it is pretty awesome. The war games though I do like. So I love Fiesta. Like, and I know that a lot of people in the community love
Yeah.
Fiesta. So this is taking it to a completely different level. So I mean, the fact that I shoot things and my ammo goes away faster, that could
Yeah.
or my reticle is gone. Like I don't always understand why it's happening. Or no, yappening.
Yeah,
It
it's-
always needs to be that.
It's a fun twist on Fiesta because
Yeah.
it's like, in addition to the randomness of your weapons, you're also, having random HUD malfunctions, and then we're using the recession skull, which basically makes each bullet or each round in your magazine count double.
As they just saw my screen since they're watching me play. The brute shot has 2 shots.
Yeah.
That's it.
Why yapping?
So it encourages more weapon churn in Fiesta. So like you're not gonna just spawn with a weapon that you can just kind of hold on to. You have to
Sit in the corner with the sniper
Yeah,
and
you
the
have to
rockets
go
and
scavenge a little bit.
get
Yeah.
every single kill.
Believe it or not, there was actually some thought that went into, as absurd and ridiculous as these game types are, there was actually quite a bit of thought that went into
Yeah.
constructing.
You get just writing all the ideas that Yappy Yap had on the board.
Oh yeah, I mean,
And just been like, we can do that, maybe we can, maybe we can't. And then he just did it anyways.
right.
Well, Yap Yap just goes in and makes everything pry one. Is this
Just pry one, food nipple.
It does
The most
like
of
those
fry
food
ones.
nipples, yeah.
The most.
Yeah, we'll see what of the happening game variants, what people kind of gravitate towards and enjoy, and we'll see if some of them don't make it into Action Sack on a more
Oh,
permanent,
nice. So yeah, no. If you guys are playing this game types, we have the multiplayer feedback threads are up on Waypoint. If you guys have stuff that you absolutely love from this,
And
go ahead and talk a little bit about them on Waypoint. We can get that feedback and possibly
I
keep
read
some
that.
of them around.
it'd also be good to probably get some, like, if community makes some interesting twists.
Oh
Yeah,
yeah,
these
yeah.
are-
No,
yeah,
if
make
you guys,
your own in custom games, make something crazy, and
You guys
tell
come
us
up with
about
it, and it's awesome. We can.
yeah,
I don't see why we definitely couldn't bring it in.
absolutely.
That'd be awesome.
Yeah, and I read that the pinned multiplayer feedback thread. I read that like all the time. I have 5 that several times throughout a given day,
Nice.
so always interested to see what people are talking about in there and what good and negative experiences people are having and how we can
Make everything
lean,
as good
lean
as
towards
possible.
the good side. Yeah.
Yeah.
Not everything can change overnight or whatever, but definitely listen. Definitely like to keep improving the experience.
That's awesome. So what else? There's this other stuff I have to talk about at the end that I have to read because I
Uh-oh.
don't remember. But I'm telling you, I'm tired. The little post-it. The little post-it is. No, that was actually a term that was coined on the stream. One of the streams I was
really?
on, where I was talking about the little beebs, as we refer to him at home.
Little
It's
beeps.
the little babe.
Mouth of
Yeah, no,
babes.
we actually I worked with one of the members of the community, CXE Fox. She actually does graphic design and made little onesies that have the post. They took the logo I use on my profile and made a little post-it little
made the
onesies.
logo?
It's adorable.
The logo was that Pixel Flare?
The original logo that I have, yes, it was
Yeah.
made by Pixel Flare. So he actually did the full background.
Oh, wow.
Which was insane. I don't know if you go see my Twitter, it's at 343 posted. You can see the background. It's nuts and it's awesome. And yes, he is amazing at what he does. But yeah, no, he is definitely keeping me up and making me tired each and every day. So he's 1 month old now, and then Yap Yap, of course, all
Yeah.
of this stuff going on. It's just. We gotta figure out how we get him out. So I mean, we've started negotiations of reaching out to him and seeing if maybe, just maybe, we can get him to finally get out of MCC and possibly go back to Halo Wars 2. So, because I know a lot of the people in the community, like, it's crazy. A lot of them supported him, and they
What's up
actually
with
want
that?
his game type permanently in Halo Wars. So I know they're over there. We've sent messages. Hopefully he receives them. I don't know if he has an iPhone or Android or Windows phone over there. I don't know how he's responding, but send him send text messages.
Does Yap Yap have, like, grunt secretaries and, like,
I have no
lawyers?
idea.
Like,
I don't know how many there are on the Ark.
There are probably a lot of grunts. They seem to come in
do
large
they do the
numbers.
grunt work?
They
do
do.
the-
Yeah.
That's good stuff. Okay, what else? What other questions do you guys have for all of us? Let's go through, see what people are saying. What do we got? He was so good in Halo Wars 2. See, more supporters.
Yeah. That was a fun thing to test as well. Last year for the original Yapping.
I was dissing him on Twitter. Yes, I was, Small Pond. Yep, I I don't know what his reaction will be. I don't know what his yap back will be towards me.
He's in a yap back.
2 yaps this time.
That was the greatest title.
Yes.
Ridiculous. Dana, what is your favorite band?
Ooh. Let's see. I've been listening to a lot of Gojira lately. I like metal, and Gojira's really been doing it for me.
Nice. So we got, what else? What's your favorite weapon from the Halo sandbox? So I can kick this off. That would be the Halo CE pistol, all day, every day, and twice on Sundays. What about you, Sean?
I would have to say ODST drops from Halo Wars 1.
Nice.
Okay.
Got you there.
It's
Thinking
not-
outside
it's
the
a
sandbox.
little
Good one.
Oh,
that is a
outside
good
the-
one. For matchmaking.
Yeah.
How about, do you guys want to hop back over to AV8?
Yeah, sure.
All
I
right.
mean, I'm fine with not getting any kills.
Yeah, we haven't been doing great in AV8.
So we're gonna be searching for you. Those of you that are tuning in, we are in social games under the Yappity, and we are searching the 8v8 variant under that mix tag.
8v8 game size, yeah.
Yep, 8v8 game size.
Yeah, I think my favorite Halo weapon, the pistol in CE is great, and I like the pistol in Halo 5 a lot as well. But I really like the Reach grenade launcher.
That was
up there.
awesome.
Just the ricochets.
Banking it
and
around corners.
had a very interesting, just like skill gap and like the way you learned the weapon was really interesting. The ricochets and all that. So
I
like
think
that one.
if I was going to answer truthfully, not like just pull out a Halo Wars reference, probably the OST Silence
Oh yeah.
Magnum.
I don't know.
That's a
I've
good one,
heard
too.
I've heard talks about possibly stuff happening around that,
Stuff
which
and
shall not
things.
be mentioned.
Stuff and things.
Stuff and things. Yeah. Secrets, just secrets. Nothing to see.
Nothing to see here, folks.
It's got to keep my yap shut.
Yeah.
Got to.
You are I'm wearing the Shut Your Yap nameplate, but
You enforce it, right? That's why you wear it. Yeah.
Gotcha.
Uh-oh.
We got what else? Bip bap bam.
Oh
Yeah.
yes.
Oh, that was such a great trailer. I love Sergeant Johnson.
You are a man of taste. What do we got? Too hard to match you. Yeah. It is. I would assume there are quite a few people that are searching right now. So.
Probably been. I'm not sure how well it would have gone if we.
Oh.
That's close.
Almost got on the train. Almost pulled what I do every time I'm on those tracks.
But
It's like no matter what you do, the train will get you every time. Oh, I see Friction. You got Omar. You got a ton of people in this game.
A couple people we recognize, yeah.
do we ever do multiple matchmaking sessions? Like if
Oh, if
Duck
we
goes
split
in,
That would
and-
be interesting.
Yeah, give more.
Yeah,
shit.
we could possibly try that in the future. We could do that, right? Have 2 sessions going and hop back and forth between them.
Not sure if that's indeed.
Well, maybe for a future stream we will set that up.
Uh-oh.
So what do we got? What else are people talking about? More puns? Question mark. They will.
You gotta let them come naturally. You
Yeah.
can't just,
Can't just force them.
yeah.
It's just gotta flow. It's gotta just yapping.
Yeah.
You gotta let it yap.
Yeah.
I can't think of any real good ones off the top of my head right now. So.
Yeah.
You're gonna punt.
I'm sorry?
You're gonna punt.
Oh, yeah, I'm gonna have to punt it.
No.
For later.
Did MS keep you from doing this on Monday? I don't know what you're talking about. We updated our game today,
Yeah.
so
We,
we've got a plethora of new features that have come online.
So I think it's pretty obvious that we
Yeah.
try to focus our updates on a given day, like is
Yeah,
consistently.
no, we do every
Wednesday
Wednesday.
is our day.
Wednesdays are usually the
Yeah.
days for MCC, and Thursdays are usually the days for Halo Wars 2. So, and we've done, God, wow, thinking back now, since the massive update that we did last year, we do about, what, one game update a month-ish?
Give or take, yeah.
And then
We do
playlist updates pretty
weekly.
much weekly.
Yeah.
Every single week. I've been writing a lot of patch notes with you.
I've been writing a
quite
lot
some
of hopper entries.
Yeah. I mean, this update so far has been awesome. I'm excited. I'm excited to see the loading screens and all the extra information, knowing the game types that I'm going into. And I know the from what I've played,
Wow.
that
Wow, you
was a
weren't
beautiful rocket.
Somebody record that.
Xbox record that.
I know the network settings
Yeah.
feel amazing. So, granted, I haven't played them at home yet, so we'll see. But it's from playing it on here, even on the solid network that we have here, it's been pretty smooth. So I mean, we were playing on East US servers this morning, and we're located on the West Coast, specifically the Pacific Northwest, for 343 Industries, and it was smooth. So I'm looking forward to see what everybody actually has to say and leave for feedback on all the changes that we've made today.
Yeah, we've got a lot of nice quality of life changes, and even we've got some plans for some upcoming playlist updates that I'm really excited about. So
Oh yeah,
that we'll be seeing very soon.
very soon.
Soon, TM. So
It's the best time to ever say, because the soon that we say now is sooner than the last soon that we said, like 10 seconds ago. So still,
yeah,
we're
it's
ever
just
getting
keeps-
closer to that soon.
keeps getting sooner.
Okay, what else? What else do you people want to know? Getting into tank defeats the person. Yes, it does. Getting into a tank does defeat the purpose of camo.
It does. It makes
Well,
you a big target,
The
but
tank is
you're a tank.
green.
Uh,
Big green.
tank
Yeah.
beats
Fine.
everything.
Yeah, exactly. Like that.
Damn. Who snipes a tank? That doesn't make any sense. I mean, at least rockets, grenades, or a train.
Uh-oh. Oh, I just got a splatter over. Not even trying.
It's the best way to do it. I know somebody who does that regularly. Who regularly splatters his teammates without knowing it. You know who you are out there.
Oh, jeez. Scoops, you almost blew me up, man.
Is friendly fire on?
No, it's not actually. That's a good
What?
point. You probably
What
would have
other-
just
what
launched
other
me off
questions
the
do
I
you
have
map.
to run
guys
somebody
have?
over.
Have you had any funny bugs, glitches? Well, we're not going to talk about Reach today, unfortunately. Pixel,
Oh, somebody's
so
trying to board me. That's
that'll
not
be. We're getting closer to talking about it, but not today.
No hunters with ferns.
Mm.
Remember that?
Yeah,
That was a thing.
CE when the shrub hunter.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was a good one.
What else? What else are people asking? So I'm trying to sift through and find questions that I can answer. So here's an interesting one. So what are some of the bugs that were encountered when changing the tick rate over to 60 hertz?
For like all games? It's like any game?
Yeah, you could, if there's any one specifically you can think of, like it's just an interesting one or an interesting challenge that you guys had to overcome or change stuff while implementing 60 hertz.
Well, Halo 2 Vista folks will know that they had issues with the firing rates of weapons, especially the carbine.
Mhm.
And that was resolved in Halo 3 and up for MCC, but we didn't have those changes go into Halo 2 until last year.
Mhm.
So there's firing rates. There's issues with things that operate based on tick rates instead of just like more like time based. It's like whatever a second has passed.
When you say tick rate, what specifically does tick rate actually mean for people who don't necessarily know what that means?
So how frequent the game runs a calculation of the game state
Okay.
per second. So
So it does that 60 times per second.
Yeah, so it's gonna
That's
run like
insane.
the AI like now it's gonna like split stuff up over a couple of frames. Like it's not gonna try to run all AI at once. But yeah, so like normally in legacy games you have 30 hertz, 30 times a second.
Yep.
You're gonna update the game, and now with MCC we're going with 60 hertz.
60 hertz for everything.
Yeah.
It's good.
For the networking,
Except for Halo 1.
Except for Halo CE, which we covered earlier.
for networking tick rate changes, we didn't have anything too egregious pop up. I think the biggest challenge there is just actually just testing the change. Anything networking related there are just so many factors that go into it and how it feels. And we can simulate those factors internally using various software. But it's just challenging to figure out, like, to test like how much of an impact it has and that sort of thing. So that's
That's a big part of having the reclaimers. We have a lot of those guys. So
that's a huge benefit of flighting. So we can test changes in
in a real world,
like,
in all of the
yeah.
real world scenarios.
yeah.
So yeah, no, we've been working with the reclaimers group for quite some time now. So it's
Yeah.
been amazing getting the feedback. For those of you who don't know who the reclaimers are, we have a growing population of users that we're working with behind the scenes to help us test some of the stuff before updates come out and stuff such like that. So they definitely help us out in testing those real world scenarios.
Halo experts that bring a lot of good feedback to the table, as well as helping us testing some more real world scenarios. They provide lots of matchmaking feedback as well, which I'm always interested in. So
That's been
it's
awesome.
an awesome group.
So we are getting closer to the time mark. Let's say, how much time do we have left in this match? About halfway through it. So we might have time for one more match after this. So I'll do once we finish this one, I'll do some of the housekeeping stuff, and then go ahead and, if we have time, play one more match. But let's go ahead and see what else. What's the best funniest bug that you've ever fixed?
Well, we briefly touched on the hunters with
The shrubs.
the shrubs, which it's a double-edged sword because I introduced that bug, trying to fix another issue, and
What exactly was it?
something you would the bug or the what?
The bug itself.
So it only happened in anniversary graphics.
Halo CE.
In Halo CE, when as you played, I believe it was as objects went away, like went outside your field of view, they would end up getting attached to other objects in the scene.
Oh.
And so you'd have cases of like shrubs that were earlier in the level getting attached to hunters or
So just
yourself.
a random tree just coming out of the side of his head.
Yeah.
That's a new one.
I think we have I think we have a video. The
It was in a
blog.
scoop.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So you can see some of the shenanigans that.
I'll have to take a look. It's crazy.
That was definitely.
So what else?
There's also been, I mean, we're privy to some bugs that happen in like legacy development.
Yeah.
I've been rooting to like show some of them during the updates, but
Yeah. Well, we could definitely. We can sit down, talk. Right. I would be more than happy. I know everyone out there would love to sit down. So they very much enjoy reading through the scoop sections, the DuckTales sections. So I know everyone out there loves hearing the technical explanations and really sifting through and getting an idea of what goes into making games and like what are some of the challenges and stuff like that you guys have to go through on a not only just a day-by-day basis, but a case-by-case basis. So it's always cool for a lot of the players in the community to get that depth of understanding of what sort of technical pieces go into making stuff in the background. So I know Yap Yap doesn't care. He just throws everything on the board try one, but you guys do. So it's awesome. I'd love to sit down. Maybe you could do a feature at some point where it's just do a full-on Scoops and DuckTales blog. So, all right,
that's a lot of content right there. That's
yeah,
you got to pack in.
That's right. Oh, it could be a new novel. We could break into lore. That'll be the next project I work on with Grim. Okay, what else? Well, bringing back super bounces actually has kind of happened, and even beyond. So I saw somebody asked to bring them back today. In the Yappity, there's actually super duper bounces that you can do. So feel free to hop in and play the Yappity today. What specific game types within the Yappity would they actually need to play to do super duper bounces?
You can in ball grab, you can launch yourself with rockets. We keep that mode to more contained maps, so like Midship and Gemini. So players aren't like launching themselves on top of the buildings on Headlong or whatever. If you want, though, you can hop in custom games. You can turn gravity down, you give yourself overshield and rockets, and you can launch yourself all over the place. You can,
nice.
dare I say, get higher than you ever could with a regular super bounce back in the day. So.
That's awesome. All right, well, we are getting close to the end of today's stream. So thank you everyone who has hopped in today and joined us and helped ask some awesome questions to these two gentlemen. Just a little wrap up today. The Yappity has come out for MCC, so with it comes a bunch of updates to playlists for the Yappity, playlist updates in social matchmaking and ranked matchmaking. We have new nameplates that have come to the game. We have new skulls that are available in some of these matchmaking playlists, as well as custom matches. The dev team has brought on new loading screens with a ton of different details that the community has asked for. Also integrated an awesome new network model that makes the game significantly better and runs a lot smoother. So all of these pieces are outlined in our patch notes that you guys can take a look at on waypoint.com or halowaypoint.com. I did it again.
We're playing one more
Did it
time.
again. They are playing 8v8 big team for Yappity.
Beamish Bonanza.
Yeah.
So if you go into social and select the Yappity default and switch it over to 8v8, that is what they are actively searching. So beyond that, for Halo 5 tomorrow, actually, they have Action Sack coming online. So that's something to check out for the other people who follow Halo 5. And then in lore, Grim is going to be very proud of me for talking about this. In lore right now, the Lone Wolf Volume 4 is coming out, or actually it came out today, I believe. And has an intense series finale of the Lone Wolf story. So you definitely want to check that out. And then, of course, tomorrow is going to be the community update, which John pens every Thursday or every other Thursday. And so you can dive in and see all of the stuff that's been going on within the studio. And then also tomorrow, there's going to be hopefully a Halo Wars 2 balance update. So I've got to actually go back upstairs and write those patch notes tonight. So not getting any sleep again tonight. Nope, it's not happening. But those are some of the key things that are going on in the studio. So thank you very much for everybody who has hopped in. We will take some more questions.
Yeah. Quick note while we're on Terminal again here. If you've been tuned into the stream for a little bit, you may have noticed we've gotten Terminal a few times back to back here. There are relatively few maps in the 8v8 Yappity mix tag, so you can mix it into other things. You can mix it with Action Sack or Slayer or whatever you want. But also, just so people are aware, we've messaged this out a little bit, but we are working on a feature to prevent repeat maps coming
Oh,
up
yeah.
in matchmaking. So you won't get cases where you match onto terminal multiple times in a row in this case, or onto, you know.
Any map sequence.
Yeah.
So because technically what's happening, from my understanding, is we have a very large, well, we have a dice, and we roll it every single time. And if that number hit, you get your map and your mode. And current system, it's picking up the same dice each time and rolling it. But the future system of what we want to do is when you roll that dice, get that number, get that map and mode selection. When you pick it up and go to roll it again, it's essentially going to remove that number, so you can't hit them sequentially just repeatedly over and over and over. You can't roll that snake eyes too many times in a row.
The size or number of faces on the die you're rolling changes depending on what you're searching. So in this case, our search parameters are pretty narrow. We're just searching Yappity and Halo 2, so our die only has like 6 sides or whatever. And different sides are weighted differently as well.
True.
So, yeah. So it's very possible to roll the same side multiple times in a row. And that is totally a thing that we want to improve. So.
Yeah, something that we're working on in the future. Ever improving and iterating. We must reach perfection.
One day.
One day at a time.
I want to give a shout out to my dear mom. She's watching. Yeah.
Hi, Scoops Mom. we like him. Thank you.
Good job. Good job.
Talking about perfection. No.
All right. So what do we got? What else are you people talking about? I'm waiting for some cool questions. What do we got coming in? I actively check Twitter a lot, JDog Gaming. I will very much look and see what you have tagged me in. What do we got? Well, that's an interesting question. Eventually, is there a possibility for OG menu theming to return? Such things as Halo 2 noises and backgrounds. I mean, I know the team has been doing, for various updates, we've reskinned the menus. I mean, I could see it as I definitely think it could be a possibility to make that happen. Whether or not it will or not, that's dependent on what sort of updates and stuff like that are done to the games.
Yep.
Sam, what is your question? Why do I never have lunch with you?
Oh.
Yeah, I know. You guys always ask me to come do lunch. I work a lot. Yeah.
Make it a working lunch.
I need to. So there's a lot of stuff. Just gotta take those breaks. Just gotta take those breaks. I will go to lunch. We will all go to lunch together tomorrow. That sounds like a good idea.
Okay.
What is?
See, I'm forcing invites onto them as well. So we're all just gonna go.
You're bringing us down with you. If I'm going, you guys are going too.
What is your favorite campaign mission in any game? I mean, Stickerboy meaning any game of Halo or any game ever? Of Halo. What? Okay. So what is your guys' favorite campaign mission?
So I guess it can't put one. So like in terms of like just like messing around, like Silent Cartographer was always nice because you could like that's where you had the warthog jumping. Like that's where it started from.
Just watch it fly.
Yeah. So in terms of like just having fun, just and just that initial experience you have if you started out with Halo back in the first game. Let's say Silent Cartographer. But in terms of like story or something like that, give me a minute to think about that. What about you? What do you, Dana?
I really like. Man, there are a lot I really like. I really like Exodus in Halo Reach. If we're drifting away from like the kind of the, I don't know, the low-hanging fruit of silent cartoon. No offense. Sorry. Yeah, as far as just missions I really enjoy, I like Exodus a lot. It's just the environment, the way you travel through it, and it's all vertical and it kind of loops back on itself. It's a really cool space to explore, so I like that one a lot.
I think campaign-wise, like ignoring like silliness. Was it New Alexandria?
Yeah,
That's
Reach.
Reach. That's where you have the Easter eggs. You can pilot the warthog or pelican and the.
Yes, there are lots of Easter eggs in there.
But that was not just because of those Easter eggs, but then also just the feel of that.
Yeah,
that just like the cruisers overhead.
definitely. Yeah, that was like the first time I played that. I was like, wow.
My favorite all time will be Library at Legendary.
Really?
I've played it so like the memories that are attached with it and just how much fun it was for me is what that represents. So like I love for
Masochist.
story and fun stuff. I would say Assault on the Control Room was one of my favorites just because of how big and open the mission was and how much you could actually explore. But when I was a little kid, my cousin and I played CE. He went out, bought an Xbox on day one, got Halo, and we would play Legendary co-op on the library just over and over and over. So that's holds a dear spot right in my heart. For I don't know, like pretty much the entirety of ODST. I mean, I guess it's kind of one campaign mission, but I mean, I know it's broken up into part, but that's definitely my next up, right behind the sentiment that I hold for Library on Legendary because I'm crazy. But all right, well, I think that about wraps it up from our end on what we're going to be able to play today. So thank you so much to everyone. I'll do a quick little recap again. But thanks for tuning in. We've got the Yappeting that came out on MCC today. You can check out the patch notes on halowaypoint.com. I got it right today. Woo! Only took a few tries. And then we also have new to Halo 5, or not new to 5, but coming back to Halo 5, we got Action Sack is coming on Thursday. Lone Wolf Volume 4 is out, which is a series finale to the Lone Wolf story, so you can go ahead and check that out as well. Got the community update is going to be coming tomorrow, so look forward to that towards the end of the day. And then we also have a Halo Wars 2 balance update that's going to be coming very, very soon. So we're hoping tomorrow. But
they keep on showing pizzas in the chat.
They
And
keep
I don't think we ever really gave a on stream thanks for the pizzas that did come in.
I wasn't actually here when all the pizzas came in.
You were on pat leave.
Yeah, I was on paternity leave. That was right. I missed the pizzapocalypse, but I did go buy one.
Yap.
I did go buy one.
All the pizza, all the pizza that was sitting around the studio. Yap probably smelled it and he came by and was like, "Ooh."
The grunts.
Yeah.
Like,
What are you gonna do?
You can't eat.
I wasn't gonna go that far.
Man,
That's
rude.
That's for you, Yap. You did this. You did this.
Gloves are
sir.
off now.
All
So here's
right.
bad luck.
Well, thank you so much, everyone, for joining us. It's been awesome to sit here and chat with you guys over the past couple hours, and thank you so much to both you guys for everything that you do for MCC. So, I mean, this has been awesome. The fans, I think, are, like, from what I've seen so far, are absolutely loving it. So, thank you, everyone who came and hopped into the chat today and talk about. I see all the F's for the grunt. Thank you, everyone, for joining in today, tuning in, and having a good time with us. So, we will see you all online.
Thanks everyone. Enjoy Yap Yap.
Thank you.
Bye.